Hello everyone, welcome back to another lesson. And in this one, I'm going to show you how we can work with threat intelligence with IBM's application. So first of all, let's go ahead and install the application, and I already did it. As you can see, threat intelligence. I'm going to provide a download link, but you can download it directly from the App Exchange. And then you'd have to go and create a new service token, which I also already done. And then you'd have to go to your X-Force Exchange profile, and you'd go to settings, and then you'd have to create a new API access token from the API access tab. And after you've done all of this, we can go and use our threat intelligence app. And you see that we need to provide a valid curator authentication token and provide an IBM Exchange API key and password. So let's go ahead and do that. So first of all, my token is this one. And success. And then my API settings, I'm going to use my key and my password. And let's set the update interval to 1 hour. And click on save. And right, okay, so we don't have the premium subscription, so that's fine. But now if we go ahead and re-enter the application, we can see that we have a free tier here, and we have some recent collections that we can use. And if we go to public collections, we can also see them here, and we can view the collection. If we click it, for example, this one, it will redirect me to the X-Force page about it. But what I'm interested is the feeds downloader here. So you can configure taxi feeds here, right? So if we add a new taxi feed, we can enter the URL and authentication method, and then we can dump the contents of that taxi feed to one of our reference sets, which is great. And we can create detections for those reference sets. And actually just check something here real quick. Yeah, so as you can see, if you go to reference data management, the threat intelligence application has created all of those XFE, ATPF, whatever reference sets, and they're currently empty, right? And in order to populate them, you have to purchase some sort of the premium feed, right? So we don't have access to that right now. But we can use either the recent collections, and we can scan against our environment. We also need a license for that. And the public collections, which we already have seen. This one we don't have access to. And the feeds downloader. Actually, let's go ahead and try to use a free feed here, okay? Let's do free taxi feeds. Let's see what we have here. If we can get some. Let's try this one. Nope. This is JSON. I'm looking for taxi. How about this one? Yeah, okay, so this is alien vault. We can actually use that. So let's alien vault OTX. I'll show you how we can use that. So I'm going to sign up real quick and I'll resume the video once I have my account. Okay guys, welcome back. And as you can see, I have my Alien Vault account here. And I'm currently subscribed to Alien Vault, Meta Defender, and Yara Matches. And you can do that in the Browse button. And you can search for users and groups that you want to subscribe to. And once you do that, you need to go ahead to your settings and copy your API key. This one for me. And then I go ahead to my feeds downloader and I add a thread feed, add taxi feed. I'm going to type in this URL for the taxi endpoint. And this is my OTX key. I have to change the authentication method to HTTP basic. And in the username, you type in your OTX key, and the password can be any character you want. And then I'm going to click discover. And now I can select which collections I want to pull data from. So let's choose Alien Vault and then do a polling interval of hourly. And let's do, and the reference that we want to put this information in, let's, for example, select, let's call this malware IP. And the observable type is what kind of information we want to pull from the collection. So we can choose file name, file hash, user account, email, URL, domain name, an IP address. So I'm going to select IPv4 address and the poll initial date. Let's go ahead and select it to 1 month ago because I want results from 1 month ago. Let's go ahead and click on add. And now I want to do the same for Meta Defender. And I want to do the same for Yara matches. And I also want to do, instead of IPv4 addresses, I want to do URLs. So let's try to find a reference set for this one. Let's do malware URL. Click on add. Add and add. And we have 2 pages here of operations. And now I'm going to go and click on next. And I can see a summary here. And then I can click on save. And now all of my threat intelligence feeds are configured, right? And we can see that it's going to start polling using this date because I set it to be 1 month ago. So let's go ahead and give it a few moments and it's going to start polling. I'm going to start manually polling everything. And I'm going to resume the video once the polling finishes. Okay guys, so it seems there's either a bug on the application or some problems with OTX's API because I keep getting this error for my polls no matter what I do. But this is a good opportunity to show you again as well how we can troubleshoot our application's logs when we have problems. So if you remember the last time we did it, we need to figure out the ID of the application from Q App Manager, and threat intelligence, it's 2801, right? So let's go ahead and do recon connect 2801. Let's connect to it. And now we can see that we have shell access. Let's go ahead and change directory to OPT, app root, store, log. Then we can see that we have the poll.log file. So let's see what we have there. Yeah, and we can read that we have a bunch of errors, unable to retrieve sticks observables, internal server error for URL. Yeah, so it seems like there's a problem in the API, but everything we've done so far regarding this would be correct. So assuming that the service was working correctly, I'd be able to click on poll now, and then my reference sets would be populated, right? The malware IPs, I could click it and I would see observables here in the form of an IP address, and I would also be able to see the amount of signature received from the last poll, and then the total amount of signature received. So that's quite unfortunate that we can't see it live, but I suppose that the service is down for now for whatever reason, but you can still follow along everything we've done so far and keep trying. Maybe when you do it, the service is going to be back up, and then you'll be able to automatically populate your reference sets with malicious indicators that can be IPs, they can be URLs, it can be file names, domain names. You just have to go ahead and create them from the Texi feed like we've seen earlier. Okay guys, so this is going to be it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.